Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Super Saturday overview and special ILCA Crypto Talk. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I will be your humble hostess for today. Now, there is something that I always like to say, and that is we totally understand. There we go. We totally understand that there are so many different things that you can be doing with your time. My goodness. Saturday morning. So the fact that you guys decided to come on out and hear what we have to say.
And Marnita, your audio's coming in and out.
Oh no.
I barely hear you. You were fine just a second ago.
Okay, hold on. Let me try to fix it. Give me one.
There you go. Now you're good.
I'm back.
Yep.
Okay, so that is something that always makes us happy. Thank you so very much, Mr. Ivy. I see you, Judy. Thank you so very much. So it is so very exciting to not only see all of you here, but to feel that positive energy coming off of you. I don't know about you, but this weekend, these past few days have been so progressive for me and my family. Bitcoin. I don't know if you guys were watching the markets. Man, Bitcoin took a dive, but that was fantastic. My husband has never purchased cryptocurrency before. Yes, I have been a student of our educator for almost 5 years now, and my husband has never purchased his own Bitcoin. We were watching the markets, jumped on that. So my husband was able to purchase his first Bitcoin yesterday. I'm so very excited and very happy for him. And you can too. So if you have been watching the news and you are thinking to yourself, what is this cryptocurrency thing going on? What is this Bitcoin thing that I need to get into? You are absolutely in the right place. Here at the Ivy League Coaching Academy, that's what we do. That's exactly what we do. We are going to show you guys not only the basics, but we can take you all the way. Thank you so very much. Thank you. We can take you all the way to advanced trading. So it starts here. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? It starts right here, just like all these wonderful people that you see here on our Zoom call. Hello, everybody. How are you? Thank you guys so very much for coming out on a Saturday morning. It is always good to see you. Now, you guys should know the routine. Thank you. Thank you. You should know the routine by now. As you come on in, please type your name and where you are from over there in that chat box. That way I get a chance to tell everybody who is on the call with us today. And if you have the opportunity, please turn on your cameras. One of the best parts about us being on a Zoom call like this is that we get a chance to see all your faces and see all those beautiful smiles. So I'm gonna go ahead and start saying hello to everybody. First up is my beautiful friend, Yvetta. Hi, baby, how are you? It's so good to see you. It's been a while. It's so good to see that smile. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Of course, Judy is here and she is representing Toronto, Canada. Hello, Miss Judy. How are you? Thank you so very much for being with us today. I see my angel is here, my partner in crime. Her name is Miss Joyce Easley. Hi, baby. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. It is always good to see you. I see Mr. C.J. Jackson is here. He is representing Arizona. It's always good to see you, Mr. C.J. Jackson. I see the beautiful Miss Catherine Clement is here. Mwah! Hello, Queen. How are you? Let me tell you, that's okay, Gina. We know you're here. Gina Muhammad is here from Philadelphia. Thank you so much for being here. Let me tell you something. If you guys are a part of the MoveQuest community, you need to be in ILCA. Let me tell you, Miss Catherine Clement and Mr. CJ Jackson, they put on a MoveQuest Whisperer session for us either once or twice a month. Thank you so very much. They give us updates. They give us strategy plans, and they are answering questions. So if you're a part of the MoveQuest community, make sure you get with ILCA so you can be a part of the MoveQuest strategy session. Thank you so very much for you too. I see we also have Miss Angela Ingram's in the house. Hello, Queen. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Of course, the beautiful Miss Patty Geis is here. Hi, baby. How are you? She is coming on in from San Diego, California. It's always good to see you. My friend Walter Flint's here. Hi, Walter. Thank you so very much for being here. It is always good to see you. Jacqueline Briggs is in the house. I see Miss Rita B is here. Hi, Rita. How are you? She is representing San Diego, California. Of course, Melanie Davis is here. She is representing Chicago, Illinois. Hello, Melanie. How are you? I just want to give a shout out to the women in the house. Hello, we are having an all ladies 5-day challenge at the end of the month. So that is something that you don't want to miss. Yes, the women are coming up in technology. Hello. And if you are a woman in tech or you would like to be a woman in tech, this 5-day challenge is one that you absolutely do not want to miss. That will be going on from October 20th until the 24th. All right, you guys. So I see we are at the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and get our party started. Again, thank each and every one of you for being here on our ILCA Super Saturday overview and public crypto talk. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am your humble hostess for today. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. Now, for over 8 whole years, he dedicated his life to learning about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share this information with the masses. And this was done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built thriving communities and wonderful platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right, all right. Thank you for that introduction, Miss Casa, and good morning to everybody. I had to give it back to Miss Casa, as she said that she's been a student of our crypto education now for almost 5 years, and she was what I think the fastest to grow through our first three educational courses. She did it in 3 days. Since then, I told her to do it over and over and over again to retain that information. But she takes time out of her schedule. She's a mother and a wife and a business owner herself to be my executive assistant for ILCA and to be of service for all of you. So I want to thank you, Ms. Costa, for taking time out of your schedule and away for your family to serve everybody here. And welcome everybody. I am very, very, very excited this morning. And you can say, Brandon, didn't the crypto markets just crash yesterday? Yeah. And if you're in part of our inner circle, we're excited by that. I make more money when the market goes down than I do when it goes up. And those of us in the inner circle know exactly what to do. Plus, and I always say it pays to be in the inner circle. Plus, we are already prepared. I predicted that this was going to happen. Who remembers what I said last week? I said when everybody was making predictions on what the crypto market's going to do, and I said, well, you can't just read that. You also got to go by geopolitics. We have one unknown factor that can move the markets one way or another, and that is the President of the United States. And that's exactly what happened. Now, many people may debate the cause of it, but the timing is not debatable. Yesterday, the president was expecting to receive the Nobel Peace Prize, and it went to Venezuelan opposition leader, a woman. And I don't know if a message was being sent by that at the same time because the opposition leader was working to make Venezuela not a dictatorship. And Venezuela is also getting attacked by the Trump administration for blowing up boats in international waters. We don't know if that's legal or if it's not. There's no due process is being done. So they the well, I don't know what that committee is called, the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, NPCC, something like that. But they said, hey, we did what we did. Now, that is not when the stock market crashed. Later on in the day, Trump went on a tirade against China and started threatening a gang of tariffs on a Friday afternoon. And the markets reacted. The stock market and the crypto market. And we're going to show that today because I also do on Saturdays a public crypto talk. And I'm going to try to be as brief as possible. In fact, I need to speed this up so you guys can get along with the rest of your Saturday. But I have a lot of announcements too, as we're getting prepared for 2026 for ILCA. This will be our fourth year, full year in business. I've been in the crypto space since 2016. I've been teaching crypto since the end of 2017. I used to do two crypto talks a day, early morning crypto talk and late night crypto talk. And even back then, I didn't think I was doing enough to keep up. Right now, we only do crypto talk once a day, Monday through Thursday, and also for our inner circle, and on Saturdays for our community. But our ILCA is now going into our fourth year in business, so I am very grateful. I am thankful. I am appreciative. Most businesses don't make it past their first year in business. This was a scary move for me because I made a name for myself in the direct sales industry. This year is celebrating my 27th year in direct sales, and I'm not even 50 years old. So for my entire adult life, I've been in this space. I've been retired since 2012 because of direct sales. So moving away from that and getting into the digital space, the new river of money, where there's no income coming in from my main source. In fact, I haven't promoted a direct MLM company in 2 years now. It's a little scary at the same time. And stepping out on faith, following your passion. And I love to teach. And teachers don't get paid like you think, you know. So, and to keep things as affordable as possible, at the same time knowing my value and my worth, has been a tricky thing to handle. And I'm pleased with where we are right now and what we're getting into. So I will be doing a more formal update present with slides so you guys can see what's coming. But I'm going to verbally share with you guys what's going to be happening. The current ILCA is going to be expanded big time. We're going to be adding a lot more content and value to all of our members. You're already going to have everything that you have right now, where you have currently 13 lessons with two more coming. One of them is going to be called stablecoins. In the crypto side of things, you already have our memberships, and we're going to be launching in 2026 the Ivy League Coaching Academy. So before I was in crypto, I was known as the business mindset coach. I was very big on personal development and self-improvement. Those skills that I learned is what has had changed my life. Not the fact that I was in direct sales, but I started to apply that personal development and mindset information into the direct sales, and I was able to walk off my job. And so companies used to fly me out for a weekend or a Saturday and pay me just to teach mindset development to their associates, their affiliates, and I did and made good money doing that. I was vice president of two direct sales companies in the past, and I've taught this for years. And I stopped that when I got into crypto, but that's also my passion. So I'm bringing it back because I believe, and it's not a belief, I know everybody wants to change their life. Everybody wants to have a better foundation and be in a better position to bring in more resources for their family. And I use the word resources because that's different than money. People think you need more money. No, you need more resources. You need more fuel. You need more gas to be able to do the things that you want to do and what your passion is. But most people don't know how. And then not even do they know how, most people don't know why. And so, what the Coaching Academy is going to do is going to go back to understanding how to have the proper mindset to go from a 9 to 5 job mentality that we're taught from grade school to becoming a business owner, entrepreneur, and investor. And then not only showing you that, but providing the tools to take the very first step to make it happen. You see, that part I never was taught. Once I got the mindset part and I started to accumulate more resources, I had no idea what to do with the resources besides spend it. I was never taught. So ILCA is creating an entire ecosystem that's going to teach you, one, get your mind right, put you in front of the river of money, show you how to make that money and those resources, and then what to do with it to build upon it and now let your money work for you. A couple of big announcements I'm excited about is that I have a verbal commitment with two, not one, two big companies that are going to be partnering with ILCA. I will not be telling the names until a couple of more things are finalized and I'm ready to do those launches and those announcements. But two big companies. We just had a final conversation yesterday with one. It's a company that everybody knows. Okay, I'll put it that way. You have heard of it before. It's not some new, brand new launch of a company. It's a long established company that I'm very, very, very excited about. And it's going to coincide exactly with the Ivy League Coaching Academy. The second one, I'm keeping under wraps for the next few months because we're putting some things in place. But I'm excited about that as well. Next thing is because we're adding so much value in our partnerships going into 2026. I begin my brand new year on October 1st, not January 1st. So October 1st is the first year for me. So that gives me 3 months, the fourth quarter of this year, to put everything in place so that when January comes, I'm sprinting into the new year and I'm not just on the starting line and just getting started into the new year. So we're already putting in things in place and to sprint into the new year. So there are going to be some changes that's going to happen. And the changes is in our memberships. The platinum membership that you guys have right now, that's 149 a month, is basically at that you're getting everything ILCA has to offer, plus anything new that comes, which means all platinum members will automatically have access to everything that I bring in the Ivy League Coaching Academy. Now, so that's going to stay the same. What is changing is our Inner Circle Gold membership and our Diamond membership. So on January, the gold membership is going to be moved up. It's going to be kind of in the position where the diamond is now. It will no longer be $49 a month for our gold membership, our VIP Inner Circle. That is going to $99 a month. You're going to get everything that you're currently getting right now, plus more. Right now, our gold members are only getting one course, our Bitcoin 101. They're going to now get 6 courses. Our first 6 courses of Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, How to Trade Bitcoin and Crypto, Internet of Things, DeFi, uh, what's the other two? Oh, that last one. Remember if it's Metaverse or something. But they're going to get 6 courses that currently our Diamond members get right now. Understand that 1 hour of my time on a one-on-one consultation is two, what is that money to 250? $250? Yeah, $250 an hour, $99 for 30 minutes. Our inner circle gets 16 hours of private time with me a month, 4 days a week live. Again, this is where I got to know my value and what it is that you guys are getting. So I'm giving you far more value for $50 more for our inner circle. That's going to be $99 a month. That's not now, that's January. So I'm telling you 3 months in advance so you have time to prepare if that's where you're at. I am eliminating that middle position, that $115, which is the current diamond, and I'm eliminating the title of platinum. The new diamond is platinum, 149. So there's only going to be two, $99 and 149. I want to encourage everybody to be on the new diamond side because that's you're getting the most. Not only are you getting the inner circle, everything, but also the classes that we do in the evenings. And right now, everybody wants the how to trade Bitcoin and crypto. Next year, we'll still be doing at least one class on any of our courses, or if you guys want to stay on the how to trade Bitcoin and crypto and be like Catherine, who is a walking ATM machine, making money as you go. Wait, what did she just say? Did she just make what was it, 19% yesterday? How'd you learn how to do that? 19.29%, Catherine. Did you learn that from our inner circle? How to trade Bitcoin and crypto? You're a walking ATM machine. So that's what our diamond members, but I'm also going to be doing a lesson on the Ivy League Coaching Academy side as well. So you won't not only just have videos, but I'm going to be teaching that live. That is the key. One thing that I learned, in the reason why I failed my first 10 years in direct sales, and I was doing everything right. I mastered a compensation plan. I mastered the product and services. I used the product and services so I could tell my story about the products. I could give a presentation. I wanted to be the best presenter. So when I'm on stage and presenting, and I couldn't recruit anybody to save myself, and I couldn't sell a product, not even to my own mom and grandma, but they would only buy it just because I was doing it, to help me out. And it took me 10 years to understand none of that mattered. None of that mattered. It was when I figured this out, and then everything started coming easy. So once we can change this, everything else will fall into place. And you'll know what to do because we already have everything in place, like our River of Money program. Our River of Money program is designed to help people to be able to, now that you're in this new River of Money direct sales or passive income, to be able to earn money without having to recruit anybody and without having to sell a product or service. The programs that we have in place is designed to help you to earn anywhere between $2,500 to $10,000 a month plus in just our River of Money programs. And we'll always be adding new things that come in place. Right now we have three, and all three are popping. One of them, I more than doubled my money in the last few months. Another one, without me touching anything, it is, dang, I'm public right now. Well, I could say this. It is doing automatic trading for me every single day, well, 5 days a week. And I don't have to do anything. I'm just watching it. And I'm already up big time on that. And I showed our River of Money call the other day. Another program I am positioned right now. I'm already at about 17K a month without having to do any recruiting, without having to do any selling, passively, whether I get out of bed or not. And it has nothing to do with crypto. And so this is what we call having a diversified portfolio. So those of you that are on the $99 inner circle, you will have access to programs that we bring to the table, like the three we have right now in our River of Money group, and we do private calls. That also means this: you will not see me promoting businesses or opportunities publicly outside of the ILCA name. Everything's going to be in the ILCA banner. Oh, I'm gonna get there, CJ. That's the next. Because not only are we launching the Ivy League Coaching Academy, we'll also be launching something called ILCA Health. And in the health category, just now I'm 49 years old, the older I get, the more I need to pay attention to my health. And I've been doing that, especially the last 6 months. I just took a physical a month ago. And the doctor was like, "Whoa, what's going on? I mean, all your numbers are good. They came way down. What you doing?" I said, "It's health. Health. I'm eating better. I'm going to the gym more regularly, and I've always been, because of like the program MoveQuest, I've been doing miles a day for the last year and a half. So we will be having our ILCA Health. We already have one program in it that you know of, which is MoveQuest, but there's going to be at least two others that's going to be in that part. In fact, we're kind of in talks with Midge that wants to put on a big health event in New Orleans with ILCA Health next June. There, yeah, Fix is still in that mix. There is, I can't say the company names because there's negotiations going on right now, but there are others that there will be an announcement made when things are finalized as well. That's going to be a part of ILCA Health. Another thing too is I'm going to be paying you guys more money. So right now, I also have an affiliate side if you share ILCA with others. But it's only been one tier. I'm now going to be opening it up to two tiers. So it's still not MLM. MLM is multiple levels. I'm not doing that. So if you know a large organization and you want to bring them to the table and they decide to join, well, yeah, you get paid on that individual or that organization that joined, but they got a whole community that they're bringing on board that you would not earn from that person you signed up with. Well, now you will. So I'm going to be going a two-level tier payout based on, it's really just your diamond, your inner circle and your diamond. Then we still have our partnership program, which we'll also be expanding on as well. And we're going to be launching our ILCA marketing platform where I have a marketing company that's marketing for us right now. They will be doing marketing classes to teach all of you guys as well. In fact, we're going to have funnels and back offices and all that, and capture pages and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to have a marketing team that's going to teach you what to do with it, how to go on, market on YouTube and Google and social media and Facebook and Instagram and marketing trips, and you'll be able to ask questions. Also, we're going to be doing a lot of events. Our first major event will be in March of next year. It's getting bigger and bigger as the partnerships that I am making right now is coming to be. We're going to have a registration for that in a couple of weeks, a pre-registration. We already have the date. So mark this date down. I think it's the 13th. Hold on. Look at this. Oh, by the way, the 5-day challenge next, Marnita said, yeah, that's the 20th to the 24th. Normally we do it the last week of the month, but we got Halloween. So the 20th and the 24th of this month will be the next 5-day challenge. It's going to be highlighting the women. And so some of you guys are going to be getting a message from me, so be ready because I'm going to have you share your story with us, the ladies in crypto. But next year, March 13th, 14th, and 15th. Now that date might be subject to change based on what's going on, but that's what we're going with right now. The 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. And it's going to be in the Inland Empire in California. Right now, I'm probably leaning to it'll be the Inland Empire Impact event powered by ILCA. It will not be a Bitcoin or blockchain event like we did in Chicago. It will be a financial learning event where we're going to be covering information on how to become an entrepreneur, a business owner, create your LLC, business funding, be able to, we'll have special speakers. I think I'm only speaking once, but we're going to have special speakers. My father will even be speaking as well at that event. So that's going to be a big event. We're going to have catered. We're going to have a meet and greet dinner on Friday. We'll have a private meeting for those who want to take advantage of the services that we'll be offering on Sunday morning. So yeah, we got a lot that's coming is there. The very next month after that, we're going to be in Vegas for the next blockchain Expo 2026 in Vegas in April. And then I might be in two places in June based on the conversation we had last night. So one might be in Atlanta, and I'll also be in New Orleans the month of June. So we have to figure out what those dates are going to be. Oh, Miss Casa's got her hand up. Yes, Miss Casa.
Okay, I was going to be quiet, but you got me all excited and hyped up talking about all the events that we're going to have. So I forgot for our certified students, I believe it's Miss Rita B. We have Samantha, we have CJ, we have Nathan, and we have Miss Melanie Davis. For those wonderful certified coaches, or not coaches yet, for our certified students, we will be sending out your certifications, I believe either Monday or Tuesday. So you guys keep an eye out for those in the mail. When you receive your certification, please remember to take a picture and post it everywhere so everybody knows that you are now ILCA certified. Okay, that was it, Mr. Ivy.
Not only that, but we're going to be recognizing you at that March event as well if you come on out. So you will be recognized, and anybody that gets ILCA certified before that March, you come to the event, and we got something special for you there as well in front of everybody. So that is the kind of quick rundown as the weeks and the months go by and we get closer to January. I will have a lot more details for you guys and slides that you can see the difference because a lot of people need to see it more than hear it. I know a lot of people, well, Brandon's raising the price from 49 to 99. I don't know what's going on. Oh, come on now. I'm going to break it down what the value that you're getting, and it's still cheap. I had a talk with another mentor of mine who said, "Are you crazy There was another gentleman by the name of Brandon Brown who during the whole yield staking year, he was charging $1,000 a month and he only spoke 4 times, once a week. And he charged, and people were paying that. The amount of content that we have, when the first, let me tell you this, the first company that took my crypto education and it was only 45 lessons, it was $999. Who remembers KGX and cryptogenics? Only the ones I know that was still around that time, Shauna Ross, Jacqueline, Melanie, Sandy, who was around her, Gina Muhammad. That's right. $999 for 45 videos. Really? You got 200 of them now. A whole lot more. And it's updated. So we're bringing a whole lot of value and I'm paying you more money. I'm excited. And you guys are gonna freak out when you hear about the partnerships that's gonna come out as well. So and everything is in lining with what we have and what we're going on. So I still want to go back to thanking all of you that has, especially if you've been here from the beginning. The very first 5 day challenge we did January 2022, all the way to where we are now. And we're just getting started. Literally, we're just getting started. I think that 2026, and I said this in Inner Circle, there's going to be only two types of people in 2026. And I hate to say it this way. You're either it's going to be your best business year ever, or it's going to be one of your worst financial years for you and your family, unfortunately. To traditional market is pain is coming. If you're not already feeling it right now, it's going to get worse before it gets better, especially in 2026. I think that I'm going to give a prediction. Since that is a midterm year, we're going to see crazy stuff happening all year. And you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared for what's coming. And how can you be prepared? By positioning yourself in front of the river of money. Now, I'm going to switch into an example of what we do in our inner circle, our crypto talk, and I'm going to show you why. I bring the receipts. I don't just talk out of my ass just because I like to hear myself speak. I always do the research, and I do the research live in front of all of you. We learn together. So let me switch on into my, let's see, share screen. And let's talk about what happened yesterday. Now, what I think I also share too is when the stock market crashes, the traditional trade fi markets go down, crypto does too at the same time. But crypto rebounds faster than the rest of the markets do. So let me put this over here so I can see you guys. There we go. So if we look at the US markets from yesterday, the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ all had major hits. Now, the Dow is still up above 45,000. I would say we will be in real trouble if this goes below 40,000. But it's still pretty good above 45,000, but it did drop almost 2%, negative 878 points. Europe is all down in the red. Asia, all down in the red. Why? Donald Trump talked about 100% tariffs again on China, and the markets went crazy. Now, we got to look at what may happen come Monday. When the markets open up Monday, the futures is even reporting is they expect a continue drop. So we're not finished yet. This is just how the markets closed on Friday. So we expect when we do Inner Circle Crypto Talk on Monday morning, the markets to be continuing to go down unless some news breaks Sunday or when the Asian markets open up first, because they are going to open up before the American markets do. We're going to have to see how they rebound this weekend. the crypto markets followed suit. So crypto went down as well, and Bitcoin jumped up in dominance. Remember on Thursday's crypto talk, Bitcoin dominance was at 57%. Today it's at 58.1%. Ethereum is at 12%. Trending Zcash, something's up with this one. And I still have not found any news about why. Zcash is on a run. You mean to, even with the market crashing yesterday, Zcash still went up 22%? Something's going on with this token. I don't know what it is yet, but I got my eye on it. Bitcoin dropped to $112,000, down 5.8% in 24 hours, down 8.1% on the week. Ethereum dropped 6.7%, below, now it's back below $4,000, down 14.5% on the week. BNB had recently just hit an all-time high. It is down 5.5%. Ripple, this really dropped because it was trying to really push past $3. Now it's at 247. Dropped 9.6% 24 hours, 16.8% on the week. Solana dropped 13.1. Doge down 19. Tron only dropped 2. Cardano down 16. Let's see, any other big ones here? Chainlink, well, all of them, the whole market. Who's an outlier that went in the opposite direction? Well, one stable coins. Look at this graph here. While everything went down, the stable coins popped up. So what that tells me is a lot of people played the tether game. They didn't sell their crypto back into US dollars. They put it into a stable coin and kept it on the market because they're going to buy back in. They're going to buy the dip. So that is what we want to do. This means that all cryptos are on sale. That's how I look at this. All cryptos are on sale. Look at this. Well, really Zcash, but M popped up. This would have been a good token to trade on. Hey, Catherine, what token were you trading on? You made that 19% or so. M went up 17%. Oh, AKE, AKE, okay. Let's see, the best performers should be Zcash. For whatever reason, this sucker's up 92.5%. So it was immune to what happened yesterday. M went up 17.9. Provenance Blockchain Hash went up 11.6. And that's it. The others are the stable coins. And if you guys notice, there is a whole lot more stable coins on the market now than before. When I first got started, there was only really one, maybe two. It was USDT and then USDC. Now, look at this. Trump's got his stable coin up there. You got USDS. You got Tether. Well, that's not a stable coin, but Tether Gold, Pax Gold. Oh, Tether Gold. Pax Gold. Interesting. Yeah, USDS, Trump's token, BlackRock's, that's still not trading publicly. I know they're doing stuff behind the scenes. USDC Circle. PayPal has a stable coin. There's DAI, BFUSD, Tether, USDTO, USDE, Currency One, Binance Bridge stablecoin. Figure HELOC. Well, it's not really a stable. Is it? Is Figure HELOC with stable coin? No, that's not a stable coin. I don't remember. USDTB stable coin. So you're going to see a flood of stable coins. And I'm in the process right now of creating a whole new course about stable coins. That is where the future of money is being rewritten. I thought it would, I began this year thinking it was going to be CBDC. And now I'm seeing that it's not. It's stablecoin, which also means that the US dollar is going to have a little bit more to its legs if the world decides to jump on stablecoins backed by the US dollar. That's what Zcash is surging due to renewed investor interest in privacy coins and a new privacy-focused protocol called Zashi CrossPay. There you go. Launch of the new Zcash Trust by Grayscale. They got that institutional money. That's heavy. Yeah, please, Leonard, post those because I don't have the time to open all of them up live. I already got articles lined up. So next, what's the worst performers? Who took the biggest hit? Story, Litecoin, Ethena, Polkadot, Internet Computer, Uniswap, Aptos, WorldCoin. So this is across the board. Not that any of these did anything wrong or bad. It's just like a tide. All things rise and fall with what Bitcoin does. What about MoveQuest? Did MoveQuest get impacted by any of this? It shouldn't have, and no, it didn't. So MoveQuest is sitting at $3.15, down 4.28%. So it's $9,000 worth of buys, $15,000 worth of sells on that. All right, so let's take a look at some of the news. And by the way, as Ms. Costa said at the beginning, we have the MoveQuest Whisper session. We'll be doing that twice a month for the Whisper session. It will be streamed live. However, if you want to be able to be on the Q&A and answer question sides, I'm treating it like the 5-day challenge. You have to be in the inner circle to be able to be a part of that and be on Zoom with us and ask Q&A with CJ and Catherine. All right, let's look at the news. What does the news say? Market manipulation or Trump tariff threat? What do you guys think it is? Type in the chat box. Was it market manipulation that dropped? That caused the drop? Or was it the Trump tariff threat? And if you're watching on Facebook, you can also type what you think it is as well. Let's see here. What do you guys say? Judy says Trump. Joyce says both. Melanie says manipulation. Catherine Trump. Marnita Trump. Gina Trump. Patty says manipulated. I say it was Trump. Trump's the cause of that. And it's not that he was manipulating the crypto, but this tariff threat caused the traditional market to do this. Now, it's a matter of why did he do that? Was he lashing out because he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize? Did China, because he was supposed to have a meeting with Xi Jinping in 2 weeks, and Xi Jinping says that's canceled. Is it because he wants to put the pressure on China to force Russia to back off of Ukraine? Because he did make that threat a couple of weeks ago. He said, if you want me to remove the tariffs, then we need you to stop supporting Russia. So whatever reason, it just came out of left field. He started tweeting. And at the same time, though, as well, wasn't he at Walter Reed Hospital on Friday? So if he was at the hospital, did he get bad news from the doctors and it caused him to lash out? I mean, these are things that I don't have answers to, but we have to think about it. No, it wasn't his normal checkup. His normal yearly annual checkup, he already did that in April. That's just what Fox News and Newsmax is telling everybody. It was a normal annual checkup. No, it wasn't. He already did his normal annual checkup. There was something else that they're not allowing to be public. But while he was there, something was going down. All right. Market manipulation or Trump tariff threat. Long positions suffer. $16.8 billion loss in crypto market shakeout. On October 10th, Bitcoin briefly plunged below 100K, triggering 19.31 billion in liquidations and impacting over 1.6 million traders. So that was like a flash crash. So if you were watching the market, you really could have bought the dip when it went it was like at $109,000. That was the right time to buy. I think any of you guys were watching it at the time? I was kind of chilling. I got the alerts. I know I saw Matthew posting about it first. What began as a promising week for Bitcoin after it twice set new highs ended in dramatic fashion as the crypto briefly plunged well below 110,000. Bitstamp data recorded it at 109,000, while CoinGecko reported a drop at 105,000. Other sources had it at a brief dip of 101,000 before a swift recovery. The sudden downturn triggered widespread liquidations. In the 24 hours ending October 11th at 1:13 a.m., more than 1.6 million traders with leveraged positions have been liquidated. In the same period, total liquidations reached $19.31 billion, marking one of the largest single-day wipeouts in crypto history. Yes, the Whisper session was recorded. I just have not uploaded it yet. Today, I'm behind. I haven't uploaded any of the recordings from this week. I still have to upload this week's Crypto Talks, Diamond Class, and the Whisper session. So that will all be uploaded today while I'm watching the football. As expected, long positions accounted for the bulk of the losses, totaling $16.8 billion. Bitcoin and Ethereum led the liquidation volume with 5.3 billion and 4.4 billion. Other significant liquidations included Solana, Hype, and XRP. Hype? Why did Hyperliquid take a big hit? Market manipulation claims. While many attributed the market chaos to President Donald Trump's threat to impose tariffs on China, the scale of the liquidation sparked allegations of market manipulation. BitMEX founder Arthur Hayes added fuel to the narrative, suggesting that auto liquidation of collateral tied to cross-margined positions by a major centralized exchange. What major centralized exchange? Who are you calling out? Binance? Yeah, Binance is known for doing some stuff like this. Maybe Coinbase? Whenever you have major shifts like this, Coinbase doesn't act right. All of a sudden, you can't withdraw, you can't sell, you can't swap, or the site goes down. Have there been any news? Has anybody had any problems with Coinbase yesterday? Because I didn't do anything on Coinbase, but that's normally they act up. Word on the street is that big centralized exchanges auto liquidated of collateral tied to cross margin positions. So, in other words, in diamond members, you know how we talk about you having a stop loss and you having your take profits? Well, think of that, but on a bigger scale. The centralized exchanges, sometimes they act like banks. So when you deposit your money in the bank has the ability to take 90% of your deposit and go invest it. Centralized exchanges also take positions, especially if they have their own bots working for them on their own platform. So what they can do, and with the larger accounts, is they have their own like stop loss in there. So the moment when the traditional markets dropped, and the crypto market drops with it, when these big institutions stop losses kicked in, we're not talking $5,000, $10,000. We're talking 50 million, 100 million, those type of numbers. When that hit, then all the bots, you have to understand how many trading bots there are out there that are doing arbitrage all the time. Trading on one exchange on another, watching the trends, watching the whales. They see that happen, then they start to sell. And then the high-end traders, the day traders who's looking at the market 24/7, they see the trend, they start to sell their positions. And then you got the retail people who don't trade as big money like those, but they regular traders, they're watching the market. They begin to trade and sell. So now you have FOMO taking place and it's a flash crash and then bounce up. So he's saying I don't wouldn't call that manipulating the market. I would call that that for the first time we're seeing what can happen when the institutional players are making moves. Now, they weren't in this years ago like they are now. The BlackRocks, the Fidelities, even the New York Stock Exchange, the Franklin Templetons. Their sell orders triggered. So I don't call that manipulation. What I call manipulation is when somebody like Elon Musk does a tweet or CZ does a tweet on something to manipulate the market, or even Donald Trump does a tweet to manipulate it. So I think this is the new normal. We're gonna have to account for that. Bitcoin crashes. All right. Next is, and again, if you're watching me for the very first time, I do not read these articles beforehand. I am learning as we go, and I'm just taking you guys on the journey. Just because I say what I believe does not mean it's true. Okay? That's not my ego where I got to be right all the time. When it comes to crypto, I'm right about 75% of the time. What I get wrong is the timing. Sometimes my timing may be off. And if I say I believe something, that's just what I believe. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. You still have to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. So just because I say it doesn't mean that you have to believe it. My man Provis, I see you. All right. That's what separates me from the YouTube influencers and things. I'm not doing this to get clicks. I'm actually educating. I got multiple streams of money, especially now and going into 2026. All right. BTC's crash was brutal. Here's what traders should watch next. Okay, what? All right, Bitcoin's priced at 112,000. Yeah, yeah. Market cap 2.2 trillion in the past. What's what? A week and a half ago was at 4 trillion. Let's see here. The one I see, I don't like this, but it is good to know because we teach how to read the charts. I cannot accurately predict a Bitcoin future outlook by doing what they're doing right here. I can do this for short-term trading. Okay. I can read the charts, and we do this in Diamond class, where we look at the hour chart, we look at the day chart, we look at the 5 minute, we look at the 1 minute chart, so we can see what the trends are for that moment. But I can't just read the charts to predict what this might do next week or next month, because I don't know what Donald Trump's going to tweet next week. All right. So I'm taking this with a grain of salt, what he's saying here. See, and notice, guys, what is he doing? Diamond class. He looks just like what we do. They're looking at multiple charts. The 1 hour chart. He's looking at the 4 hour chart and then the daily chart. From a daily chart perspective, Bitcoin still retains a structurally bullish stance in the macro view. I agree with that. Price action is testing former breakout territory around 110 to 112,000. I agree with that. A return to 118,000, 122,000 remains in reach. Yeah, it can do that within 1 week. Here's something else too. If you're paying attention to the news, the moment, the moment Trump says anything about lessening tariffs on China, the market is going to boom. It's going to first start with the traditional market. The moment you see this sign going green big time, crypto's going to follow suit. So if you hadn't already bought the dip, that's when you're going to want to buy. Right when that news happens, as fast as you can before the public figures it out, then the markets are going to rise. But even without him, the markets will naturally start to come back to where it's supposed to be. Anything else I could take from this? If Bitcoin sustains support above 109,000 and successfully reclaims 113,000 level on strong volume, the case for a short-term rebound strengthens. Consolidation near prior breakout territory and oversold momentum indicators support the potential for a recovery toward 118,000, possibly 122. Now, here's also what I think is going to end up happening too. If come Monday, we got to see where things stand and the crypto market starts to rebound, it's also going to swing like a pendulum higher than it normally should. So we might see this thing get close to $130,000 a coin before settling a little bit back down into overbought because just like there's FOMO on the selling side, there will also be FOMO on the buying side. People see it going up, they don't want to miss out. Now, instead of buying the dip, they wait till they start seeing green candlesticks, and now they're going to start buying it on the way up. and they're going to artificially push it higher than what it actually should. So, and then people like me sell for a profit, right, on that. So failure to hold above 108,000 could signal a downtrend, and that might be the case too. We'll see. Will this be that first major dip that's needed to refuel the rocket ship to end this year out with 150 to a $200,000 Bitcoin? We'll have to see. Okay, what do I have next? Crypto carnage. $9.45 billion in leveraged positions obliterated. Okay. President Donald Trump's China tariff threat saw the crypto market shed more than $500 billion after the total market cap nosedived from 4.25 trillion to under 3.75 trillion. Bitcoin pulled the market down. Wait, what is it sitting at right now? 3.8 trillion. Okay. So Bitcoin pulled the market down, briefly tumbling to 109,000, a near double-digit drop in 24 hours. All right. The carnage, meanwhile, left more than 1.4 million traders liquidated and over $9.4 billion in long and short leveraged bets obliterated. Okay. Yeah, we already covered that news. All right. What's this? 10 major banks unite. All right, Inner Circle members. What trend have we been seeing over the last couple of weeks? Starting from a record number of ETF applications on the SEC's desk. 10, 10 major banks are uniting to forge G7 CBDC? No, stablecoin. And do what? What what do I say? Blockchain technology is going to disrupt every industry on the world. Cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind. What is this? The G7 wants to rewrite the future of money. The river of money? That's just another word. Where's the river of money flowing? If 10 major banks are doing this, why are you listening to your broke cousin in the barbershop talking about, oh, cash is king. I ain't no need to get in that crypto Ponzi stuff. Really? Global banking giants are walking, are tiptoeing, are inching their way? No, no, no. They are racing to reshape finance. This is why the Ivy League Coaching Academy is going to be very big. Most people don't even understand traditional finance. My own brother, who has a doctorate degree, thought that the dollar was still on the gold standard. It had never been on the gold standard in his entire life. Most people don't know how to budget their bank accounts. Most people are living on debt and not good debt at that. Most Americans don't have $1,000 in their savings account. Most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Did you listen to what Marjorie Taylor Greene said yesterday on CNN? She's breaking away from what she says is the Republican talking points. Because why? The policies is personally impacting her family. She's real, oh, dang, my adult kids, their health care is going to double in price. People in my district aren't going to be able to afford their medicine. Wages are going down. Inflation and prices are going up. And here we're talking about reshaping finance. As they unite behind a groundbreaking reserve-backed digital currency built for public blockchains, signaling a seismic shift toward regulated blockchain adoption. Global banks plot bold blockchain pivot with G7-backed stablecoin vision. Major global banks are taking a decisive step toward integrating blockchain technology into traditional finance. This next 5-day challenge, I got new information to talk about. A coalition of top financial institutions on October 10th that they are examining the creation. Oh, what did I say in the last 5-day challenge? I said the trend is to stablecoin, but what we don't know, what stablecoin are they going to use? We don't know that. And we just showed earlier, everybody's coming up with a stablecoin. Everybody is coming out with their own stablecoin. Which one will the US government select? Will it be Donald Trump's USD1? It's not going to be BlackRock. I think, and I know what BlackRock is doing. They're doing the same thing JP Morgan is. Well, JP Morgan's getting it from BlackRock. Their stablecoin, this is all internal for them. Institutional money. But what stablecoin will the US government select? And now we got the top banks in the world are talking about creating their own stablecoin tied 1-to-1 to G7 fiat currencies. What does that mean? G7 fiat currencies. Well, do you know what the current G7 or G6 is right now? And we're not talking about banks. When you hear the word G7, you think of countries, the economic bloc, United States, Great Britain, France, Germany, Canada, those type of nations. It used to be Russia. Russia got kicked out, so it's the G6. They're creating a G7 not based on country, but based on banks. So, what did I say in the inner circle as well? The future. Corporations running the world. Actually, the United States is the corporation most people don't even get. Your social security number is a barcode. You're stamped as a baby. You belong to the company. Yeah, I'm not going to go down that route. So let me stick on this. We got the banks that are saying that are combined together. Now, what fiat currencies are they going to choose? Of course, the US dollar will be one. Is they going to use the euro, the dollar, the franc, other type of currencies, the yen, designed to function securely on public blockchains. Now, this is also going to be curious. Will they create their own blockchain like JP Morgan's doing right now? Or will they use an existing blockchain that's already out there? And I'm going to ask you guys this question. Type in the chat box, which blockchain has been racking up partnerships? Type it in the chat box. Let's see. We got Judy says Ripple. Leonard says Ripple. Joyce says Ethereum. Anyone else? Type in the chat box. Janelle says Solana. Marnita says Ripple. Melanie Ripple. Well, let me put it this way. All of them are trying to get themselves positioned, but the one that's been racking up the big institutional and government positions has been Ripple. Those of you that's, you're in our circle, we've been covering this. So I think Ripple might be the top choice if they're using this. I think that they're going to create their own, but we'll see. Will JP Morgan be a part of this G7? Because they're creating their own. A group of leading international banks, and this is okay, they're going to give me the name in a second. A group of leading international banks is jointly exploring the issuance of a one-to-one reserve-backed form of digital money that provides a stable payment asset available on public blockchains focused on G7 currencies. The initiative involves Banco Santander, Bank of America, Barclays, BNP Paribas, Citibank, Deutsche Bank, Goldman Sachs, MUFG Bank, TD Bank Group, and UBS. So I'm looking at who is not mentioned here. JP Morgan. Why? Because they're creating their own. All right. This is where you got to be able to connect the dots. Education is key. Education is important here. The group further explained. Wait. Let me back up. It aims to determine whether a standardized digital money offering could modernize payment systems and enhance global market competition. So if they say they want to focus on G7 currency, so that means with Bank of America in there, yeah, the US dollar is going to be one of them. Who's going to be the others? What is BRICS' role in any of this? The objective of the initiative is to explore whether a new industry-wide offering could bring the benefits of digital assets and enhance competition across the market, while ensuring full compliance with regulatory requirements and best practice risk management. The banks are engaging closely with regulators and supervisory authorities across key jurisdictions to ensure compliance with local and international standards. Analysts view this coordinated effort as a pivotal moment in the banking sector's embrace of blockchain infrastructure. While some critics argue that regulatory constraints could stifle innovation, advocates counter that a reserve-backed digital currency governed by trusted financial institutions could bridge the gap between traditional finance and decentralized systems, providing both transparency and stability. Wow, this is big news. So we caught something big today. Two more quick articles to scan over here. U.S. Treasury intervenes in Argentine currency markets. Peso is undervalued. That's the next quote. What is this the country we're sending $20 billion to? Secretary Scott Bessent revealed. Oh, wait, there was some other major news too. Qatar. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. For the first time in American history, we're about to open a base, a military base on American soil for another country. And it's not a NATO alliance member. It's freaking Qatar. The same country that's giving the United States, or more importantly, Donald Trump, a new plane. Let me not go down that route. I was shocked to hear that. Anyways, institution that directly purchased pesos to stabilize the national exchange market in Argentina and support the policies of President Javier Milei. He framed the intervention as an investment, stating that the Argentine peso was undervalued. What does the United States get out of this? That we're bailing that country out while our government is going through a shutdown right now. We're firing all federal employees. Can't pay the troops. What are we getting out of this? The U.S. Treasury has completed a series of historic moves to support the monetary stability in Argentina. Scott Bessent, U.S. Treasury Secretary, revealed that the institution had intervened directly in the Argentine currency market by purchasing pesos at a moment when the nation faced moments of acute illiquidity. In other words, we bought their debt. We're about to face, what did we cover? Maybe it was Tuesday or Wednesday in Inner Circle, that Peter Schiff, Robert Kiyosaki, we're all looking at the current economic temperature in the United States, and they're predicting that we're going to have a crash much bigger than what happened in 2008. And Peter Schiff is predicting 2026 for this. Now, oh yeah, the whole Qatar thing. Supporters, there's supporters of the administration that will defend anything that comes out of the administration, no matter what it is. And one guy told me, well, Brandon, it's easier, if they're over here, we're able to train them and they're fighting terrorists and whatnot. I said, really? You really don't? Who do they support? Who do they fund? Who have they been funding? Israel just attacked them. How's this going to work? Because one of the things that Qatar is asking for is guaranteed protection if they are attacked by the United States. They want the same privileges that NATO gets. But Israel just attacked them last month. Israel's our ally. And Trump was pissed off about that too, because they didn't warned the United States first that they were going to attack Qatar. And the reason why Trump was pissed off is because the deals that's being made with Qatar and the United States. And Israel was going to be messing that up. You got to connect the dots. Get your head out of whatever political bias you're in and just look at what's happening. Because we already got a base in Qatar. We could train their fighters right there. They don't need to come to Idaho. Yeah, let me not get down on that again. Let's see here. In an interview with Fox News, Bessent framed the intervention in Argentine FX markets as a good investment, referring to the nation's positive future. He stated, Argentina is a beacon in Latin America. This isn't a bailout. It is a bailout. Because do you know what Malay just did last week? He had a big ass concert with pyrotechnics and everything to celebrate United States bailing them out with $20 billion. It's a bailout, not an investment. Because again, what are we getting from this? Nonetheless, Bessent's actions and Trump's support of Malay were criticized heavily, with some linking the measures to helping Rob Citroni, a former colleague and friend of Bessent. Really? Okay, I didn't know this. Citroni, founder of hedge fund Discovery Capital, is heavily invested in Argentine. Oh my gosh. You know that old saying, follow the money. Follow the money. Really? His buddy, heavily invested in Argentine bonds, played a part in closing the $20 billion currency swap agreement. Senator Elizabeth Warren also called out the measure. Instead of using our dollars to buy Argentine pesos, Donald Trump should help Americans afford health care. Okay, let me play devil's advocate. Forget about supporting anything that could be deemed as socialism or democratic policies. What about helping out the Republican farmers in all the red states that's being hammered right now? What about preparing for this hurricane season since FEMA has been gutted and the red states are going to get pounded? That's why you see Marjorie Taylor Greene acting the way she is right now. The U.S. Treasury hinted, oh yeah, and Epstein. The U.S. Treasury hinted at new interventions, as Bessent stated that the U.S. was committed to strengthening our allies. Anybody heard of a country named Ukraine? So why did we send money to Ukraine? Did you? Because if you don't know your history, a decade ago, Ukraine fell to U.S. pressure to get rid of all of their nuclear weapons, which was their number one deterrent against Moscow invading them, because they were going to have support of NATO and the United States in case of an invasion. So they got rid of their number one deterrent. A decade later, Russia invades. They're our ally. We support democracies, but yet half the country was up in arms about sending money to Ukraine because we thought their government is corrupt for whatever political reasons. But crickets with Argentina. Yeah, let's just send them 20 billion. Nobody's screaming about that. Is Argentina be getting invaded? Is their democracy under threat? No, it's the economy. All right. Before I get myself worked up. $75 billion linked to crime, crypto crime drives blockchain collaboration with law enforcement. $75 billion linked to crypto crime. $15 billion in illicit entity balances and 60 billion in downstream wallets are reshaped. There's that word again. If you ever in doubt, is Brandon just, blowing smoke? Is it really going to change the financial world? Is that what really is happening? Reshaping global enforcement now, too, revealing a vast Traceable pool of crypto-linked assets ripe for recovery. $75 billion of crypto-linked illicit holdings drives new wave of global seizures. Growing coordination between blockchain investigators and law enforcement is redefining how digital assets tied to crime are identified and recovered. Blockchain analytics firm Chainalysis shared a report on October 9th showing that cryptocurrencies tied to illicit activity now surpasses $75 billion in on-chain balances. To date, Chainalysis has helped law enforcement agencies worldwide seize more than 12.6 billion in illicit funds. Now, when you hear on-chain balances, what they mean is they're able to trace stolen funds to centralized exchanges. And then they can report to those centralized exchanges and freeze those accounts so that whoever owns those accounts can't withdraw. Now, based on where that exchange is, you know whose account it belongs to. If it's a US based exchange, all central exchanges in the United States go through KYC and AML. So you have to give them your information so they know that wallet belongs to you. International exchanges, you don't. So they can freeze the funds, but they may not necessarily know who is behind it. Let's see here. Bitcoin continues to dominate criminal holdings with a 75% share of the total, though Ether and stablecoins have seen significant growth. The company emphasized that the cryptocurrency ecosystem presents law enforcement with an unprecedented opportunity. Billions of dollars in illicit proceeds are sitting on public blockchains and are theoretically seizable if authorities can coordinate action. Chainalysis also revealed we identified a much broader network of wallets linked to these illicit activities. Much, uh, yeah, who? This total is roughly four times $60 billion, four times the amount held directly by the illicit entity wallets themselves. The report concluded the scale of seizable assets, $15 billion in illicit entity balances, and $60 billion in downstream wallets, presents a significant opportunity for asset recovery, albeit with distinct challenges. While centralized stablecoins can be frozen by issuers, confiscating BTC and other permissionless cryptocurrencies requires either obtaining private keys or intercepting funds at centralized off-ramps. Despite ongoing debate over crypto's misuse, Chainalysis highlighted that blockchain transparency continues to equip law enforcement with the data and tools necessary to trace, freeze, and reclaim illicit assets on a global scale. Now, I planned on this crypto talk ending about 45 minutes ago. But the articles themselves, this is information we got to know. So I went a little bit longer than than normal. But anyways, that is it for Crypto Talk and the ILCA presentation for today. I hope you learned something new. As always, that's the point. We invite you to join our ILCA family. Get back to whoever invited you here to see this presentation, and they will give you a link to get yourself started and signed up. If you don't have anybody, send myself or Miss Casa a direct message. We'll get you the link to sign up. We're going to start promoting on Monday the countdown to the next 5-day challenge. It will be the Ladies in Cryptos Week, highlighting the women in crypto. So that's going to be coming up for the next 5-day challenge. I will be I'll be putting together another short presentation with bullet points and all the highlights of everything that ILCA will have, like a roadmap, so to speak. I know Marnita's been asking me on that one too, big time for 2026. So we'll be doing another presentation. I might do that next Saturday, depending on how busy my schedule is this week. And we've got a River of Money call next Thursday. There's going to be a MoveQuest update call on Tuesday. Marnita, you guys can let me know when the next Whisper session will be for the ILCA Inner Circle MoveQuest Whisper session. And depending on how next week blows out, I may be announcing who one of the partnerships is with. It might happen next week, or I may wait till November 1st. Speaking of November, we will be in New Orleans at the Pinnacle event with Damon Crump, November 6th, no, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yeah, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I come back on Sunday. All right, with that, I'm going to play one of my latest songs created for ILCA, and I will see you guys Monday morning. Inner Circle Crypto Talk. Take care, everybody. Brandon Ivey out. Bye-bye. Oh, where's the song? There it is. All right.
The world said stay in the shadows. We said the shadows build the light. We don't wait for freedom. We code it ILC. Let's rise. Air from the blocks, no spotlight there. Only truth in my hand, no need for prayer. When the bank said no, I built my lane. Now the code's my weapon, I changed the game. Told my flame how to flip that loss. From the field to the screen, now I carry that cross. No trust in talk, just trust in chain. ILC, tattooed in the blood. From the shadows we rise, cold hands on the prize. ILCA, we digitize life. Turn the pain to a plan, put the power in the hand. We the code, we the crown, we the shadow brand. We the code, we the code, we the crown, we the crown. ILCA, we the code, we the code. They laughed at the plan, now the plan makes stacks. Every student turned legend, have stacks on facts. From the bull to the bear, we still hold strong. Cause the movement bigger than the market song. More house talk pride, crypto talk peace. I also say, now the world unleashed. I don't chase fame, I chase impact. Blueprint on chain, can't erase that track. This ain't just finance, this ain't just freedom. This is education in its purest form. The poor stay poor cause they never learn the code. But tonight we break that loop. Break that loop. But tonight we break that loop. Why break that loop? From the shadows we rise, cold hands on the prize. ILCA, we digitize life. Turn the pain to a plan, put the power in the hand. We the code, we the crown, we the shadow brand. We the code, we the code, we the crown, we the crown. ILC, ILC. ILC remix. This is the new world order, built from knowledge. Acid, teach, learn, earn. No gatekeepers, no ceilings. From the shadows we rise, cold hands on the prize. ILCA, we digitize life. Turn the pain to a plan, put the power in the hand. We the code, we the crown, we the shadow brand. We the code, we the code, we the code, we the code. ILCA. The crowd keeps chanting the last line. We the shadow brand. As the music fades in the river. From pain to purpose. From struggle to system. From blocks to blockchain. That's the journey. That's the code.